Now let us look into the defense for SQL injection. So first let's see how to sanitize the input. So this is the vulnerable page, and you can see if I give a single quote over here, it's causing a SQL error. So this is not supposed to happen. So let's go to the source code, and it's gonna get the movie ID over here, and it's gonna select it from that movie ID. So here we're gonna give int val, and this will only give us the integer value. We'll save it, and now if I try to do 2 and single quote, it'll still give me the result for ID 2 and not give an error. So let's look at prepared statements. So first let's get some database information. So we'll set those variables. So the host is going to be localhost, and the database user is going to be root, and the database password is nothing, and the database name is going to be bwap, so now we'll get the database connection. So we'll set up the database connection over here using all the variables. So we'll set the database name is equal to database name, host is equal to host. That is all the details from here. So we've created the database connection over here. So now let's make the prepared statement. So we'll give SQL and select from movies where ID is equal to movie ID and this is the statement over here. So we'll bind the parameters. So what this does is that it binds a parameter to a specified variable name, and it's going to execute the query over here now. So if the statement row count is greater than 0, then it's going to set the for the variable row the data that is being fetched from the results over here. So we'll remove off the old code over here. So let's look at the code. So you can see it's working over here, and if I give movie 2, it's giving the results for movie 2. And if I give a single quote, you can see it's still giving a proper result. So let's see how to set a least privileged account, so that even if there is an SQL injection, it might not cause as much damage as when a user is root. So we'll create a user called read user at localhost. So we'll give a password for that too, which is demo password. So we're going to grant this user, which is read user, select privileges in the database bwap to the user read user at localhost. So let's see what this means. So first let's give flush privileges. And we'll change the database user over here to read user, and the password, change it to demo password. And you can see the results are still working, so the page is working perfectly. So this is the SQL statement. So here we're going to try to give update movies set title is equal to testing. So we're going to try to give a title as testing, and after the statement is executed, so we're going to get the error information, and we're going to print that out over here. So if there is an error, it will be saved in the variable error and printed over here. So let's reload the page, and you might remember that we gave a write action to a user which only has read permissions. So you can see over here it's giving update command denied for user read user at localhost for table movies. So this is how to set privileges in MySQL.